you doing? You hanging in there with quarantine and staying safe?
Yeah, it's been a little hassle just because of how everything like went down. But other than that, I mean, I've been fine.
That's good. You working out? You
How,
still? Yeah.
yeah, so like still like around here, the gyms and everything are shut down. So like even like the courts, they opened it, then they closed it. So right now, like how I'm working out is like I packed all my stuff because I am about to go back to school soon. Because me being an RA, so I use like my totes and everything as weights.
Okay. So being an RA on campus, what kind of things do they have you doing differently this semester coming
Um,
up?
so now it's just more of like trying to keep everybody distant and knowing that we have to wear masks now and trying to keep all of the residents in order and letting them know like they can do certain stuff and can't. So it's gonna be like a little hassle with that too. But I mean, as long as we stick together, we're gonna be good. And I'm just ready to go back.
Yeah, it's going to be nice to see people back on campus and students.
Yeah.
It's been kind of a ghost town the past few months, and it's
Uh,
it's been a really weird feeling that no one's here. But hopefully everyone gets back, and it stays that way for the semester and for the foreseeable future.
mm,
But we'll see. Fingers are crossed that it happens.
okay.
Uh,
How
so
have you been though?
I've been good. I mean, luckily, my family's been healthy and safe, and I've been
Mm,
okay. So it's just yeah, the first couple months, like you said, were a little rough with especially with the
mm,
poor weather. It's getting a
mm.
little cabin fever, a little antsiness going on in March and April when it was cold and ugly out.
Yeah.
I mean, July. I think July up here was the hottest month on
Really?
record. Yeah, so
Um,
it was nice to be outside and just go for hikes and stuff and that sort of thing. But uh, yeah, just kind of it's going to be really weird without the fall sports here, without anything
yes.
to work on. So it's nice just to connect with you guys as best as I can doing this.
Okay.
So you live in Philadelphia, correct, Khaliah?
Yeah. Yes.
Are you a big Philly sports fan? Are those are your teams you cheer on? Yeah. Have you been watching any of the games on TV?
I've just been watching basketball at this, like them being in the bubble. So
Hmm.
I've been keeping up with that. And that's the best thing I can say I'm excited about right now is because that's how I'm able to connect with basketball at the moment. So I'm excited just to see them being able to play.
Yeah, it seems like it's going okay. I know they had a couple issues with people leaving the bubble and sneaking out and
Hmm.
stuff, but I just saw Ben Simmons got hurt last night for the Sixers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Embiid had a nice game. He's usually the guy getting hurt, but now it's Simmons.
Now it's Ben Simmons. At
Yeah,
least he hit a three for once.
that is true. Yeah. uh, so going back to last year, I mean, I don't think Keystone as a college, recognizes how well of a season you guys, how great of a season you guys had collectively.
Hmm.
I mean, you guys lost only one game regular season in CSAC play by a point
Hmm.
on the road.
Yeah.
Probably the farthest team in the conference down in Maryland there. Uh, and then you came back and great championship game with St. Elizabeth. They came
Hmm.
on strong towards the second half there, and you held them off.
Yeah.
But then, could you just talk about like that championship game, and then even going into that Messiah game? People pretty much wrote you off going against Messiah
Hmm.
at their home court, and you were trailing them by 1 point at halftime. It was phenomenal first
Hmm.
half. So yeah, if you could just kind of talk about that for the championship, run you guys had, and then cutting down the
Okay.
nets and soaking that all in, and then kind of going into the NCAA tournament.
Okay, so during like the whole season itself, we were really excited because the year before we were so close to getting it's the championship, but obviously we lost that. So coming into the next season and winning, like we were really excited, and also like having all the Keystone fans coming out and cheering us on, like that's the biggest crowd we've ever had. So knowing that we had that accomplishment, that made us proud as a whole team as a whole. So then going into Messiah, hearing them saying like because we were a short team and we haven't really had the best record usually, but knowing that we kept up with them, it shocked them, so it surprised a lot of people. And I mean, at the end of the day, like as a team we knew that we can get it together and we can do our best and do what we could. even though we wound up losing. But I know as a whole, as a team, we were proud of ourselves for even getting that far.
Yeah, I was proud of you guys. You hung in there against a very tall team as compared to
Hmm.
our team. But I mean, our defense was tenacious. You specifically had probably 4 or 5 steals I can remember in the first half on fast breaks. So I mean, your whole team, you bring everybody back. You don't really lose. You don't lose any pieces. So what kind
No,
of goals and expectations do you have coming into this upcoming year?
just to strengthen everybody because of how quarantine has been going, and knowing that we still can keep connected in our messages, our group chats, and everything. Still checking on each other, but also the fact that we're trying to get in the workouts. Like we have done home workouts with each other, so that has helped us as well. But as of right now, knowing that we don't really know how the schedule is going to go, is really just knowing that we have to work on basically ourselves right now.
Yeah, I spoke to Tone Cockerell on the men's basketball team earlier, and he was kind of just saying,
Hmm.
you guys are just trying to stay in shape, trying to,
Yeah.
whenever they say, like, whenever a name's called and you got to play, you pretty much gotta
Hmm.
be ready to go play. So you're going for like runs and stuff and working out like that. You said,
Yes.
yeah,
So just like around the block, or um I'll even take my brother with me and he'll like work out with me, try to do like jump rope and all of that. So been doing what I could.
uh, what when you're locked inside for months at a time, any like Netflix shows you've been really drawn to or movies or uh,
Um Netflix, I would say I started watching this show called In the Dark, and it's just basically about like a blonde girl who is in like a murder chase. And I mean, other than that, I'm just watching a bunch of movies and trying to like bang it out until we start cool again.
Yeah, actually, Tone was watching that too. He said so. I watched,
Ah.
yeah, I watched the first season of that, and now it looks like season two's back on. So I'll have to get caught
Mm,
up with that show.
yes, do that. It's good.
I like it too because the episodes are real short. They're like half an hour, so it's a
Hmm.
very binge worthy, bingeable show. Yeah.
uh,
So like looking at your time at Keystone, I mean, I'm sure I can answer this for you, but what's been like
mm,
your favorite overall collective memory? Like if you once you graduate from Keystone, if you look back and say that's like my marquee moment, what would that be?
I would say the championship, just because I know that that's a record that has held the women's basketball, and it's never been done before. So us doing that as a whole, and we've come a long way with new coaches and everything. So the fact that our coach was able to put that together and we done it as a whole, I'm very happy about that, and that will be my biggest memory.
Yeah, that was an awesome experience, and just
Mm,
that gym, the atmosphere in
yeah.
well that day was awesome. And like I said before, St. Elizabeth they didn't go out without a fight. That they
Hmm.
kept coming. You guys held them off, and once that clock hit triple zeros, you guys were able to breathe and cut down the nets, and it was really cool.
But everybody was excited that even that St. Elizabeth like kept it going. So where it was like a back and forth game that kept everybody like enthused and wanting to keep watching it, and rather than, oh well, we got this, but it was a back and forth type game.
Yeah, a lot of times, I mean, those championship games are either really tight like that, or they end up being a
Mm,
blowout. But
yeah,
I'm glad it was close. It kept everybody's interest and competitive juice
yeah.
going until the end. Yeah. Uh, so in terms of like your career and job wise, what's kind of like your end goal with like whether you've done any internships or networking, and what's kind of like your career goal at the end?
Well, what I want to focus on more is trying to get into the business, because right now with everything going on, like with sports management, it's like right now it's at a downhill because of how quarantine is set up and with sports stopping, and then trying to get it to keep going. So I'm trying to figure out my flow with it right now because I don't really have a plan because of quarantine. Other than that, my plan before quarantine was to get more internships and to wanting to be in a working down in Philly where the Phillies play, because I know like certain family members that have worked in there, or even Temple itself. So to talk to them and ask them like what's the process of even going through that. So asking them for help and also like trying to do it on my own. So right now I don't have a plan because of quarantine.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I mean, a lot of internships or jobs out there were kind of wiped off the table because of what's
Yeah,
going on. But I know it's just keep grinding, keep networking. You'll find
yeah,
something out there for you. But it's definitely tough for everybody right now. Uh,
yes.
yeah. Uh, so yeah, before I leave you go, do you have any like words of wisdom for your teammates and just kind of a positive spin on what's been going on?
To be honest, just keep going. Like I'm excited, even if we say if we don't get to play as a whole, like at the end of the day, like working out with each other or just simply working out itself, just keep going. Cause you never know the end. They're getting the NBA is getting to play, so maybe we can keep going too.
Well, hopefully it bodes true for you. I mean, it's been crazy couple weeks and months here
Yeah,
lately, and hopefully we have a positive story here soon to get out there so we know you guys are playing. But yeah, Khaliah,
yes.
thanks for taking the time this afternoon. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, yeah, and we'll see you here on campus soon, and yeah, we'll have to get caught up again then too. So thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.